What's up guys, and welcome to today's video. This will no doubt be part one of a couple of videos which I do documenting the progress of my cameraman's fat loss. Now in case you didn't know who he is, his name is Louis Armstrong. I've been working with him for almost a year now. In fact, it was this time last year in Dubai when we first started working together. He is responsible for recording and editing quite a lot of the YouTube videos which you've no doubt seen over the past year, and he's responsible for taking some of the banging pictures which I've been able to upload on Instagram. Now I believe Louis has got a lot of potential to be in really great shape. In fact, he's already got a good frame, he's just carrying a little bit of weight on him, and I want him to lose this weight. I believe that he can transform himself. He believes it himself, so we decided, right, let's give ourselves 3 months and see how much body fat we can lose over a 12-week period. The start of this video is the beginning of March. The end of this video, or the final kind of transformation, will be the end of May. So I'll let him introduce himself and talk a little bit about his training and diet history.
Okay, so when I was probably 17, started the gym. Couldn't really gain much weight when I was 17, but I did gain a lot of muscle, so my body changed quite drastically, and for the better, obviously. And then as I've got a little bit older, a little bit lazier, I'm 26 now, I find it very easy to, I don't really get any fatter than what I am now. I sit around.
You have a good build, but it's the body fat. The man enjoys a pint. The man also enjoys a donut and a pastry every now and then, slash every day. So the biggest issue with you is when I'm not around and you're just kind of doing your thing on a day-to-day basis.
There's no one to slap my wrists and tell me off.
Yeah, he likes to live the good life. However, when he's with me, he is a lot more strict, because I'm there to kind of tell him, you know, don't do that. And obviously he's coming to the gym with me on a regular basis. Now the way this is going to work is as follows. Because this is a marathon, not a sprint, I'm not going to put him on calories too low or anything crazy like that. I'll start him off for the 2 weeks which is with me around 2,500 calories, and then probably one day at the weekend, like a Saturday, where you can have a cheat meal or a refeed day where we bump up the calories to 3,000. In terms of activity, he's going to be going to the gym with me, which will be 3 days on, 1 off kind of thing in terms of weightlifting, and then cardio will be almost every day. Not every day, because that'll be a little bit too excessive, but almost every day. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do, literally after waking up, is head down to the beach and walk all the way over there to zero gravity. We have calculated that by doing this walk, it's about 100 calories there and 100 calories back. So we walked all the way to the end. That is about 100 calories. Louis, how are you feeling?
Fantastic.
Fantastic. Slightly hungry as well. He's actually as well joining me on the no drinking thing.
Haven't woke up once with a hangover. It's a new life for me, a new chapter. So yeah, it's ready to be sober for the whole of 2020.
Speaking of which, zero gravity's over there, and it's half price a pint apparently, so do you want to go get a pint? So now we're going to walk back, probably another 100 calories, and then it's time to get a much needed coffee. Arabica. My G.
No, brother. How are you?
All good?
All good?
The regular today, please. You make it the best out of everyone, you know.
No, thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Welcome, brother. Thank you so much. You're welcome.
Tell you what, folks, this place is a different level. Arabica. Better than Starbucks, better than Costa, better than any other coffee place I've been to before. For some reason they don't have them in London. I would have thought there'd be one in London. You got them in Hong Kong, Kyoto, Dubai, Muscat, Manila, and Berlin. But this little drink which I get, it's a honey latte, but I have it with oat milk. Oh my god. It's turning into a bit of a daily occurrence, which is not a great thing, because I'd imagine they're about 200 calories, and I don't really like drinking my calories, but in this case I will definitely be making an exception.
I'm the same as you. I normally just have an everyday bro, which is a nice Americano black, because I don't want to drink my calories, and I usually fast until like 1 o'clock, but this is an exception.
Yes, we're having an omelette. One thing which I have noticed out here, I've experimented with many different types of eggs. I just can't get them the same as they were in England. I don't know why. Was it the English eggs that were that good? Or am I just losing my touch? Who knows? But anyway, I'm still sticking at it because I do like an omelette. Shout out to Bulk Powders providing me with the 1 calorie spray. Got a bit of eggshell in there. Extra protein, you know what I mean? Egg whites. Shout out to Bulk Powders again for providing the liquid egg whites. Just a little bit more protein in the omelette. I'm not tracking it. Yep, it's not gone off, thank the Lord. Otherwise, man would have a seriously unhappy tummy. Judging by what we've got planned this week, I would say realistically about half of the meals are going to be prepped and the other half of the meals are going to be eaten out and about. That's just because we've got a lot to do. We're going to be on the move, and I'm actually in the process of filming a cheat meal video as well, which isn't ideal. So, you know, that's just one of those things. The most important thing I want Louis to do, which I'm going to be observing as well, make sure he's doing it, is to just track what he's eating. Okay, the most important thing is for him not to overstep the calories which I've set him to consume per day. I don't mind if the macros are off a little bit. You know, it's not going to be a situation where we can really nail the protein, carbs and fats exactly every day. It is going to vary because we're eating out, but as long as he's not going over his calorie intake, I'm going to be happy with that. Okay, so now it's time for some maximum musculation nation. Hold tight. We're going to go to the warehouse gym because it's just convenient. We can't really be asked driving to one of the other gyms at the moment, so we're going to go in there. I think Louis is going to do a bit of full body today.
Full body guy?
Well, obviously not legs, because...
No legs. No. Not after last time.
Nah, if Louis is training legs, I have to be training legs with him to motivate him. So I'm going to hit a bit of arms, potentially shoulders. He's going to do full upper body. Now, before Louis came to Dubai, he'd had 2 weeks off from the gym. He hadn't lifted a weight for 2 weeks, which partly was down to laziness and then partly down to the fact he had actually been really quite ill. So 2 weeks off. Now, what should you do if you've had that amount of time off? My advice is just to ease yourself back into it. There's no need to go like straight into it, hardcore training, like 6 days, 7 days in a row, because you are going to burn yourself out and you are going to be extremely sore, particularly if you've had a bit of time off. The longer time you've had off, the more severe the soreness, the DOMS is going to be after your sessions. And this is something Louis experienced after literally 3 days of training. His whole body was in bits because it just wasn't used to it. So my advice would be to do either just like an upper split, a lower split, even possibly a full body split. Oh, jeez.
First time the bicep vein has been here.
Oh. In terms of cardio, I would have honestly preferred him to do incline walking and just keep it at that, to be honest, because I didn't want to overburden his central nervous system and elevate his heart rate too much. But he prefers to jog. He likes jogging. Why do you like running so much?
Why? Because I always found it challenging. Usually I would do Stairmaster if I was trying to lose weight, 30 minutes, text on my phone, but running, can have my music on, I don't touch my phone and I just enjoy the moment.
So we did actually end up going jogging almost every day, which was a solid effort, but unfortunately it did all catch up with him after a couple of days of doing this.
Okay guys, so this is my first run back. I had 3 days off from running and from the gym because all of a sudden I got really ill again. Felt like I was getting flu, and me and Mike decided it wasn't a good idea to keep pushing my body. Obviously it didn't respond well to being in such calorie deficit and all the hard work and training after just being ill 2 weeks ago. So took it easy. First run back on the beach, around about 30 minutes, and I took it really nice and slow. We haven't had a day off really in terms of diet as well, so we're doing good. We're doing really, really good.
So the 2 weeks is almost up and Louis has absolutely smashed it so far. I'm actually proper proud of him. He's not complained once. He's done all the training sessions and he's actually gone out there and done cardio. Even when I've not been doing the cardio, he's been getting himself up early in the morning to do it or doing it later on in the afternoon. So very impressed. It just goes to show, you know, any of you lot can do it. You've just got to get started. Getting started is the hardest part by far, but once you get into a good routine, it starts to feel like normal. And then obviously with the drinking as well, Louis is a big drinker and there's been quite a few times where he's been, you know, faced with that temptation where he would normally have a pint or 10 and he's only had a maximum of 1. And the reason why I had 1 was because I was making that video on alcohol where I actually had to order a pint. So he's the type of guy that just can't let a pint go to waste. So he had that pint and then he went for a run after, so fair play to the man. So it's 1 week later and I'm out here in the Maldives. Turns out it's only 4 hours away from Dubai, so I thought, why not come and check it out? And let me tell you folks, absolutely unbelievable scenes. If you've never been here before, definitely recommend you come and check it out. But anyway, obviously, back to the video. It's 1 week later, Louis has been back home by himself. He's no longer under the watchful eye of Michael Thurston. So I got him to make a little video and give us all an update on what he's doing back home.
Okay, so once I leave Mike in Dubai, I come back to Ireland, which is where my girlfriend lives, and my daily routine is a little bit different here on Ireland. First things first, I wake up at 10 AM, I drive straight to Starbucks and get a black Americano, and then go for a little walk around the block, which is about 35-minute walk. That burns around 300 calories and gets my step count up nice and early. At 12 o'clock, I have 3 eggs, 2 egg whites and an omelette with some spring onions, tomatoes and some hot sauce. An hour after that, I have a bowl of ready break or porridge before heading to the gym to do my weight session. After I've done my weight session, I then either go for a walk up the hills, which is near where we live, and that gets your heart rate quite high, to be honest, for low intensity, but that burns a lot of calories. It can burn like 500-600 calories in an hour, which I really enjoy doing. It gets me outdoors, gets my step count up. If I don't do that, I go for a run on the treadmill and I run for half an hour at 10 kilometers an hour. Usually for dinner I have around 1,000 to 1,500 calories left over, which is quite a lot to play around with, meaning I can be quite flexible. If I don't eat all my calories at dinner, I then have a bowl of cereal before I go to bed, and I do weigh that bowl of cereal out just to make sure everything is on track. Okay, so biggest obstacles when I'm back in Ireland. Number one, definitely the donut shop. The donut shop opens every day at 10 o'clock and the donuts are normally sold out around 12 o'clock, so you have to get there early and get the donuts whilst they're fresh and whilst they still have them in stock, which means if I have a donut at 10 AM in the morning, I'm already 400 calories into my 2,500, which sets me off to a bad start to the day.
Hey Louis, how's this for an idea? Stop going to the donut shop.
Number two is the fact that it's cloudy, rainy, stormy, windy here pretty much every day. This weather is exactly the reason for me eating donuts on the daily. But other than that, I have to hold myself accountable for everything else. I have to be the one that's motivated to go to the gym. I have to be the one that's motivated to go out and walk in the rain if it is raining. So really not that many obstacles. Okay guys, so I'm following Mike's hypertrophy program now that I'm back in Ireland. I'm starting from like week 5, 6 because I don't think there's any point in me doing week 1, 2, 3 and 4 after I've already been training quite consistently with Mike. One thing I really like about it is the fact that I only have to train legs once a week, because with me training legs inconsistently, they do take a long time to recover. Another thing I like is that I get to train back twice a week. Back is definitely a huge weak point for me.
Found some peace and quiet, let's give him a call.
Hello?
Yes, Nonce man, how's things been?
In 2 weeks, I reckon I've had 3 days off. It's not that bad. I've done 10,000 steps every day.
Good.
And I've done the treadmill probably 9 times out of 10 days, so it's not that bad. Early morning donuts are the problem.
You get donuts every morning?
Not every morning, but most.
Why don't you just not go to the donut shop?
So I realised that a donut is 380 calories, which is the same as like a bowl of oatmeal.
It's not the same though. Your logic is mental. So that is the update from the man himself. Mostly good news. I mean, I'm glad he's been going to the gym, he's been consistent with that, but the nutrition, on the other hand, has been so-so. Particularly going to that donut shop, like, he's been doing that more often than he should be. And there's no excuse really. Especially if they sell out early in the morning. Like, why don't you just don't go there in the first place? Why are you driving all the way to the donut shop early in the morning to get yourself a donut? Starting your day off with something like that is just going to make it harder for yourself. So it's just a very, very bad habit which he needs to get out of. So there's not going to be a Maldives vlog, unfortunately. Maybe if I come back again, I'll do one. But honestly, I need Louis here to get like the proper good shots. For me, I'm just having a few days, a time out, chilling with a wonderful young woman who I met in Dubai. So I've taken her away for a few days. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my time in the Maldives, and I'll see you in the next video.